and welcome to the Property Show. Kenya is in a very unique time and place in history with a lot of opportunities ahead of us and in front of us across the whole property spectrum. The property pick of the week takes us to a modern gated community along the Thika Superhighway with state-of-the-art finishes. Later on the show, we catch a conversation on serviced offices, the new norm in today's highly competitive business environment, providing smooth landing with flexible spaces to grow your business.
The startup costs, the setup costs, we take that away from you.
The 2018 Strategic Outlook with Telkom.
You gain the most as a consumer from any services that is offered in the industry. Whether it's you're interested in voice services, you're interested in texting and messaging, you're interested in data, we want to be the most competitive.
Art collection on the accessory spot. An interesting entrepreneur story of determination against all odds, and finally getting onto the property ladder.
I was looking to buy a house I was living in because I moved into this house and I thought I'm never moving out of this house.
Plus much more. Sit back and let's get started. Connect with us on our social media platforms for updates on all things property. As always, there is something for everyone. The property pick of the week takes us to Kahawa Wendani, Royal Family Homes, beautifully designed apartments, an ideal place to call home. Let's see what they have to offer.
Royal Family Homes is a modern gated community of 80 apartments on an expansive 1.2-acre parcel of land. This elegant development is located at Kahawa Wendani, exit 10 of the Thika Superhighway. Accommodation features include spacious lounge, dining area, modern kitchen, 4-bedroom, master ensuite, DSQ. Salient features include perimeter wall with electric fence, central manned gate, high-speed elevators, children's playground, landscaped garden, barbecue and relaxation gazebos, and borehole for backup water supply. The property is easily accessible from Nairobi CBD, offering a wide variety of shopping and banking facilities at Thika Road Mall, Juja Mall, and Garden City Mall. Schools nearby include Juja Preparatory School, Peponi School, and Kenyatta University.
Next is a property away from the hectic city life in the midst of wildlife and great forest cover in Mwiga, Nyeri County. Check it out.
Located west of Mount Kenya is this eye-catching property, 25 kilometers from Nyeri town. The property is surrounded by wildlife and spectacular views. The property comprises of the main house, a guest house, tree house and rendezvous, a workshop, and staff housing. The main house comprises of large living room with open fireplace and an adjacent veranda, a spacious open-plan kitchen with access to the laundry and store, ensuite guest bedroom, ensuite master bedroom with bay windows and sauna, There are several living areas both indoors and outside, including a barbecue and pizza oven. Salient features include a shaded carport, swimming pool, underground generator house with 3 generators, water tank with a capacity of 265,000 litres. The property is in close proximity to Muega Airstrip.
A good property. Enkasara Apartments is a great choice for a home. They are spacious and well lit. Let's just say it's the new address in town. Let's see more.
This 2-bedroom unit at Enkasara Apartments is located in the quiet and serene area of Kilimani. It is on Dennis Pitt Road off Ring Road, Kilimani, and is only 4 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. Accommodation features include spacious lounge cum dining opening to a balcony, separate kitchen, pantry, Dobby area, visitors cloakroom, 2-bedroom all-en-suite, built-in wardrobes. Salient features include perimeter wall, Cabra-paved compound, ample parking, 2 high-speed lifts, power backup generator, children's play area, swimming pool, and borehole. The development is in close proximity to Yaya Center and Lavington Mall, where shopping and banking facilities are available. Schools nearby include Kyoto School, Riara Group of Schools, and St. George's Girls' School.
We say location, location, location is everything when it comes to property. Finally, Finn Heights Apartments are well located in a good and secure neighborhood, making it an ideal investment option along the Dagoretti Kikuyu Road. Let's take a look.
Finn Heights Apartments. Located at Dagoretti off Kikuyu Road, this development comprises of 28 modern 2- and 3-bedroom apartment units. With their strategic location just 100 meters off Kikuyu Road, the apartments are easily accessible. There is also easy access to Nairobi CBD and Westlands using Naivasha Road and the airport using the Southern Bypass. Accommodation features include spacious lounge cum dining area, guest cloakroom, modern fitted kitchen with granite tops, adjoining pantry, separate Dobby area, master ensuite, 2- and 3-bedroom, built-in wardrobes. Salient features include perimeter wall, CCTV and electric fence, elevated splash pool, children play area, 2 high-speed elevators, plug-in TV and fiber connectivity, borehole, generator for power backup, and 1 parking per unit.
This project is under construction, and I can say it is a good development to place your deposit. The expected date of completion is December 2018. If you're looking for real estate deals, First Avenue should be your first stop. Visit our offices or call on us and we'll be glad to help. Next, the expert segment. The new norm, serviced offices, providing everything you'd expect to find in a modern office, without the hassle of management and maintenance. Let's get some insights on this topic from the Managing Director of the leading real estate company globally.
Well, serviced offices have really been quite popular for as long as, Knight Frank has been here. And one of the reasons is our market is fairly unique in that we have quite long leases. So when a company comes into Kenya for the first time, they would have to sign a commercial lease for 6 years. And so they'd have to have a business plan that they would have to commit to for a 6-year period. Now that's a very difficult thing to do because you don't really know in a new market that you're exploring and opening up where your business is going to be in 2 years, let alone 6. So there's always been a resistance for tenants to sign these long leases. Signing a 6-year lease without any break clause, you commit to that space. It's fairly expensive space. And there's a danger of you taking too little as well as too much space. If you move into a new building and you take a wing in the building, within a year that building's full. If you want to expand, there's nowhere for you to go. So serviced offices make the perfect solution to that. So you can move into that office. You don't need to rent boardrooms. You don't need to rent, canteen space or anything like that because that's common space. Secretarial, reception, all of that. And so I sound like I'm selling this space. Actually, Knight Frank is not involved in serviced offices at all. But
I know that.
This is why they're successful, because a company can come into the market, can be very, very flexible about the amount of space that they need, that they require, and after a period of time, when they understand the market, perhaps even as long as 1 or 2 years down the line, they can make that jump into formal office accommodation when they have a much better understanding of what their business plan is going to be. And we've seen some global FMCG companies go through this route. So it's not just the small guys. I mean, if you want to take some examples, Colgate-Palmolive, Google, these guys went through serviced offices first before they committed to formal office accommodation, and they're some of the biggest companies in the world.
Serviced offices simply means turn up, plug in, and get straight to your business. I'm sure you're wondering what's available in the market. Let's catch more from Horizons offices.
A serviced office is an office or office building that is fully equipped and managed by a facility management company, which then rents individual offices or floors to other companies. Serviced offices take the burden of setting up from the company that needs the space. This is because they provide furniture and other facilities needed for operation, like fully staffed reception desk, conference facilities, refreshments, office cleaning, maintenance, and security. They are suitable for startups and entrepreneurs, as well as well-established businesses. They offer flexible leases and are cost-effective.
Serviced offices are the new norm in today's highly competitive business environment, providing smooth landing and a great start with flexible spaces to grow your business. Let's get some insights. Karibu sana on the show, and thank you for having us in your offices.
You're very welcome, Nancy.
Let's talk about serviced offices space and where you see this space going to and what we have currently in the market.
Service offices are about 10 years old in this market. So if you're looking at it in terms of the greater scheme of things, we're still very much at the beginning. And that's actually reflected in the amount of space that falls under serviced offices. It's actually less than 1% of total office space. But the trend is towards more and more people realizing that, for very many reasons, this is actually a better option. And the most compelling thing, well, people may not realize it, is it is actually cheaper in the long run.
Really?
It is actually cheaper. You know, depending on, you know, the size of the business. As you know, if you're a small business, a lot of this office space that is available, you know, is in excess of what people require. Most, you know, landlords would actually be looking to rent out an entire floor. And you're a small enterprise. You want to start small.
And you don't know where you're going.
You don't know. You know, the statistics of failed businesses are very high. So that's a very big obstacle in getting businesses up and running. So this is actually the problem that service offices are solving. Yeah.
So how is business? I know the last 2 years were very tough. And how did you perform as a whole in the service offices space?
Well, I think maybe we look forward.
Yes.
Because we know what we've just come through. I think we're very optimistic. We feel, you know, signs of interest in, you know, business people moving forward. Fundamentals of the economy, you know, we feel are still good. We're actually in the front line, so we're the ones who first sense. For instance, people who are looking to invest, you know, they will come to us first and they will make inquiries. You know, the first thing that people will ask for is what are their options when it comes to offices. And even though they may not set up shop today, you know, down the line, the next 6, 9, 12 months, you know, they'll be back. So there's still interest, still some concerns, but the interest is, I think, what we would like to focus on. So we're optimistic, and we have plans. We have plans to, as I said, the sector is very small, and therefore there's only one way we can go. We can only grow. Exactly. And I think it's really just a question of awareness and education, and that's why this conversation is very important for people to understand exactly what is on offer, why it is a better option for them, how easy it is, you know, to come in, and, you know, within, you know, even the same day, we can get you an office, you can get up and running. If your needs are a little bit more exacting, you know, like, you know, this space, and I know we're going to have a look at it afterwards, we can also tailor-make offices for certain clients, you know, larger clients who may have very exacting standards, health, safety, environment. They may have certain requirements as far as the technology that they need so that they can communicate. And these are some of the hassles that we take away from businesses.
So, Ian, let's talk about Horizon. Give us an overview of Horizon. Where are you today, and how do you see your expansion program?
So we're one of several service to office players, but we like to think that we are offering something very unique. We see ourselves first and foremost as a Pan-African business. We're very passionate about the region, and the reason for that is we've already had an opportunity to go beyond the borders of Kenya. We're in Nigeria, we're in Ghana, and what do we see there? We see other African business people with very similar aspirations, similar issues, and the only thing that is, I think, preventing us is, as a continent, from working together is information and also an enabling environment. You know, we keep talking about, you know, those of us who have been traveling across the continent for the last, you know, few years, how much easier it has become because of the links that the various airlines. Kenya Airways has been a pioneer in this area. We see ourselves doing the same thing with offices. Because if you wanted, for instance, to set up an office in Nigeria, or to set up a presence, set up your business in Nigeria, where do you start?
With you give me the solution.
I give you the solution. I give you a very soft landing in Lagos. And it's not just an office space. You know, Horizons provides a lot more than that. We will immediately plug you into the business network in Lagos. You know, getting up and running, making sure that you're registered properly, making sure that you have the right advice, legal advice, financial advice. We also have a very extensive network of like-minded business people who can, you know, connect you with the right opportunity. So that's really the role that we're playing.
So do you do the same in Kenya?
We do the same in Kenya. We do the same in Kenya for Kenyan businesses.
So if I'm an SME, I come and work from your offices, what should I expect?
Actually, you know, I was solving my own problem because I was an SME and I had great difficulty getting an office up and running. First business didn't work. It was a real nightmare trying to get started, and then you can imagine now trying to start again. So I know that this is a difficulty that a lot of small businesses are facing. So for small businesses, they can come in here and, you know, depending on what their budgets are, depending on, you know, what kind of, you know, need, because everybody's got different requirements. There's a lot of flexibility in our solutions. So, you know, you may be working from home and you've got a limited budget, but every now and again, you will need a place where you can operate from. That's where you come in.
So if I need to hold my meetings, I can come in.
Absolutely.
If I need my calls to be picked from a professional office, that's where I come in.
Exactly, exactly.
Serviced offices look after the details, giving you more time on what really matters. Call Horizons offices on the numbers below and get your office today. After the break, we highlight the 2018 strategic outlook with Telkom, art collection on the accessory spot, and an interesting entrepreneur story of determination against all odds, and finally getting onto the property ladder. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Freedom Data Bundle, the only data bundle that gives you free SMS, free WhatsApp, and free Telkom to Telkom calls. Dial *544# today and experience real freedom. Telkom, moving with you.
Welcome back. Let's hear what Telkom has in store for us this year. Since the grand rebranding, Telkom has continued to roll out competitive products and services, and this is just the beginning. Let's hear more from the team leader. Karibu sana on the show and welcome to Kenya.
Asante, karibu to Telkom.
Thank you so much. How has the journey been since you rolled out the rebranding?
Very challenging journey, very fruitful and very promising. I think we came a long way. The team has accomplished a lot of things. The public is seeing the fruits of the efforts. We've rebranded the company, we've taken it to a whole new level, and we set the bar higher, right?
Mm-hmm. And how have Kenyans taken this brand?
The response has been very positive. People were surprised, and I hope we delivered a good job in the new brand. We've seen a lot of traction, and that's what we're counting on, is to deliver a better brand that suits the Kenyan aspiration, right?
I know that we have historical attachment to Telkom as Kenyans.
Yeah.
But today we know again that you have a lot of competition and you have other boys providing maybe better service, but why should I move to Telkom?
First of all, we're not afraid of competition. Competition is a healthy thing, right? The consumer will benefit from a healthy competition. And I think in Kenya, we've not had really tough competition. I mean, from a consumer perspective, right? It was mainly a one operator market, one choice that everyone had to take. And I think Telkom's positioning is to be the next choice or a better choice. And that's what we're trying to propose to the Kenyans.
I know that you're also across the country. Break down the products that Kenyans should be anticipating and where you'll be taking us ahead of the year.
I think every Telkom product is a very good value for money. And I think that's what we want to be. We want to be the value for money brand in Kenya. It's where you gain the most as a consumer from any services that is offered in the industry. Whether it's you're interested in voice services, you're interested in texting and messaging, you're interested in data, we want to be the most competitive in that space. Data is where we want to play. And I think data is the fastest growing service in Kenya and actually around the industry. And Kenyans want better services on data, better prices, faster speeds, better customer experience, and I think that's where we're investing the most.
Let's talk about your driving products. Which are the key driving products you see that will take Kenyans ahead?
Our data products are the most affordable, and we're working a lot on improving those products, making sure that we're always competitive, always ahead of the competition in terms of pricing, in terms of delivering of service. And we believe that data is the cornerstone of our strategy, and it's what's driving the young generation in Kenya to adopt as a main use of any telecom line. So if you want to buy a new line or you want to select a new operator, I think the younger generation will select the operator based on their data products.
In pricing?
Of course, yes.
And your pricing is right?
Our pricing, we always want to be the most competitive, the most affordable, so the most value for money for any consumer who wants to seek an alternative on data solutions.
So value for money.
Yes.
That's what everybody wants to
exactly.
hear. And challenges. Let's go through your challenges and how you're overcoming them.
We've inherited a not so good network, and we have to admit that. But we've admitted that challenge and we've taken it head on. We've invested a lot in our network. We've upgraded in 2017 a big chunk of our network to 4G. And in 2018, that will be the main projects, is to how we can upgrade the rest of the network to 4G. We are investing in the latest technologies. We're upgrading our network elements everywhere to the latest technology to be able to cater for the needs of the Kenyans today and their expectations tomorrow.
Wow. Besides internet, as a consumer, what else should I be looking out for from Telkom?
I think mobile financial services are on the roadmap, and it's coming very, very soon. And I think that's as well a very important aspect of the telcos today, is not only you're offering telco services, but you're offering as well financial services. And we're differentiating on those products again. We're going to offer something different, something better, so that we can raise the bar, right?
Wow. The accessory spot. Artwork is more than a wall hanging. It's an investment that adds value to your office, enhancing the profile of your business and gives personality to your space. Let's hear an expert's input on art collection.
First of all, the client needs to know what it is they want to say about themselves, because artworks basically mirror the society. So the first step is to have a conversation with the client, be they corporate or individual. Understand why first do you want to have art? Do you want just decorations on the wall? Do you want investments on the wall? Do you want investments with a decorative aspect? Do you want to anchor with your mission and vision? So that conversation starts with, what do you want? Why do you want it? And from there on, then I can advise you, these are the kind of artists that would be fitting for you, because they tend to do works that are aligned to these kind of themes. The bulk of our works are largely themed, and therein comes the curatorial bit. So without an understanding of exactly what the client aims to achieve by having pieces on the wall, it becomes a little bit difficult to advise them correctly. Yeah. So the client is the one that literally shapes the narrative that appears on the wall. The value for art can be broken down into these categories. One, something pretty for your walls. At the most bare minimum, it's something beautiful that is on your wall. Number two, it's a statement you're trying to make. The art you put on your walls, just like the clothes you wear, define you. So the art on your walls basically say who you are, how you are, what kind of a personality. If someone was to profile you, even if it's a business, if someone was to profile you as a business, who are you? And then lastly, and I think it's one of the most important aspects, is it's a store of value, it's an investment. Today, art is a property that you can store value in and has potential to increase in value as time grows. It's an investment option, and that is one of the values that not only does it bring to the office, it brings to the individual or to the entire company. Beyond that, of course, there is how do the people who are in that office feel. You want an environment that's not only conducive, but it's more, it's inspiring. It's an environment that you feel, I work at a cool place. The company I work for has a certain status, because art gives you a certain status. It defines your taste. It says how your palette is informed in terms of the kind of creativity journeys you've taken that you believe in. Yeah.
Indeed, art influences the work environment and your home. If you're looking for that special piece of art, our partners will be happy to guide you. Just call on us. Today, we hear an interesting entrepreneur story of determination against all odds and finally getting onto the property ladder. What are the challenges of getting onto the property ladder? Today we speak to Pauline, who is an entrepreneur, and she'll take us through the challenges she's going through of getting onto the property ladder. Thank you so much for having us in your salon, finally.
Thank you, Nancy.
And
you're very welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Beautiful place.
Thank you.
And who is Pauline?
Like you said, Pauline is an entrepreneur. The reason you're in this space, in the hair and beauty industry. She's also a program manager, a lover of life. And yeah, that's I think is in a nutshell who Pauline is.
How is business and how has it been, especially for the last 3 years?
Business has been tough. You talk about the last 3 years, I think for me what sticks out is 2017, which was a tough year for anybody in business.
Is it because of the capping of the interest rates?
I think the capping of the interest rates hasn't really supported small businesses because now the banks have more conditions to lend you. The banks are, if before you could go and submit a title and get money for working capital or whatever, but now they want to develop property, which is faster to sell. So I think it's made it tougher. I'm hoping it's just the initial reaction to a law that has been put into place, and hopefully that at some point it will actually get back to where we can access the credit as we require as businesses.
You and I have had this discussion for a long time, and today I want to capture the challenges of actually getting onto the property ladder. What are your main challenges?
There are many.
Break them
down. I think what sticks out again is being able to have a chunk of money to pay for a property. I mean, if you think about a house, let's even say it costs 10 million. None of us has 10 million sitting in the bank, but you have people who walk around with that kind of money in the boots of their car. So what happens is you identify a property like I did, and then there were so many contenders who had, who were cash buyers. I didn't have cash. Fortunately for me, I was looking to buy a house I was living in. Because I moved into this house and I thought you fell in love. I'm never moving out of this house, you know. It basically is in a location that I think works for me. It's a beautiful house, it's big. A lot of my family members have an attachment to the house. So the first thing I did is tell the agent then, you know, if this property ever comes up for sale, please give me the first right of refusal. And like it happens, when you're dreaming about something, God actually comes through for you. So that happened, and I get a call, and the house is actually available. But I did not have the amount that was required to be able to secure the house, to transfer the house to myself. So of course, my next stop is a bank. And I had been banking with this particular bank for about 10 years. And after a back and forth, they said, sorry, we cannot lend you because typically banks are not, they don't want to take risks. I didn't have a payslip and a contract with an employer that guarantees me employment till either death do us part or until I retire. A lot of people in this country are either employed on contract. Even the staff I work with here, they're literally on contract because you come to work, you get a commission. So you don't have a constant income. It's just based on your hard work. So I didn't
When the times are hard, you don't have any money.
Yeah, I didn't have any money. But I was still interested in purchasing the house. So I did get into a negotiation process with the landlady and said, I am going to raise the money. I had no idea where I would get it from. But faith is a good thing because then I got into selling a piece of land that I had in the outskirts of Nairobi, again, which is another nightmare because, as you know, with the sale of land, you will get so many people who are interested, but those who have the money to pay are very few. So, but then I was able to pay the initial deposit, which is typically 20% of the property. Again, a huge chunk of money. And I started talking to different banks, and I presented my case. I'm looking to buy. I don't have an employment contract for life. I have a business. I have an extra source of income. This is what I have. And, you know, this is my credit history. And, you know, if you're willing to walk the journey with me, we'll walk the journey together. And fortunately, after knocking on so many banks, I didn't find one that was interested in lending. So that has come through. So I'm very happy about it. And I pray that I will get to actually owning the title, because right now the title is with the bank.
So now you're in the process?
Now I'm in the process. So it's been finalized, the funds have been released, and it's just, you know, now starting to do my repayments.
What advice would you give aspiring homeowners who don't have the information we are now giving you?
Yeah.
What should they do when they are starting this journey?
I think first of all, start today.
Start today and start when you're young.
Yeah, there's no reason for anybody not starting. When I think back, I don't know why I never started this, you know, again in my 20s. There's no reason for not starting, and I think probably if I had started earlier, I'd be on my third or fourth home now. But wherever you are, start today. And even if you haven't identified the home, start building the
saving culture.
Yeah, have a saving culture, so you'll have the upfront deposit that's required to get into the conversation with the seller. Because, you know, in the absence of 20% of X amount, there's no conversation. That 20% needs to be secured in the bank. Even when you're talking to the bank, they need to see commitment. And commitment is, I have paid this amount, and therefore I am, you know, looking for the difference. So start today. That's the advice I would give anybody who's aspiring.
Asante sana.
Thank you, Nancy.
As you've heard from Pauline, if you're looking to get onto the property ladder, start now. Next, the property gallery.
Located in Ngong, this 5-bedroom house is in a quiet neighborhood. The spacious maisonette is 2 kilometers from Ngong town and 700 meters from stage 46 on 2nd Ololua Close. The house sits on an eighth of an acre with beautiful views of the Gong Hills. Accommodation features include spacious living room with a fireplace, decorated gypsum ceiling, large windows for sufficient light and ventilation, a separate dining area that gives way to the kitchen. The kitchen has ample storage space, granite countertops and ceramic tile floor, Dobby area, guest cloakroom, 5 ensuite bedrooms with fitted wardrobes, master bedroom with a walk-in closet, jacuzzi and balcony area. Salient features include perimeter wall with electric and razor wire fence, high-tech CCTV surveillance system, an outdoor entertainment area, parking for 2 cars, 4 water tanks with a total of 48,500 litres and solar water heater. Price on inquiry. Located at Mwihoko in Nairobi, this 4-bedroom house is in a fast-developing area. The house is off Mwihoko Road off Thika Superhighway, accessible via Exit 9. The property is 10 minutes drive from Githurai Market and 15 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. The house sits on an eighth of an acre. Accommodation includes spacious living room, dining area, a walk-in kitchen with ample storage spaces, laundry area, guest cloakroom, 4-bedroom master en suite, fitted wardrobes, a balcony that is accessible from the master bedroom, and ceramic tiles. Salient features include a large compound area, a parking space for 2 cars, 2 water tanks with a total of 9,000 litres, an electric perimeter wall, and night guard. Price on inquiry.
Choosing the right location, securing a mortgage, to finally signing the dotted line and moving in. At First Avenue, we hold your hand every step of the way. Thank you for watching The Property Show. How about starting the year with a solid investment plan? Catch that conversation next Sunday on The Miracle Tree, transforming lives in record time. See you next Sunday. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.